Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video, guys. Now, I do just want to clarify something before we do continue on with the rest of the video, is that, yes, you are right, the face cam does not match my voice. That's because this is a voiceover that you were hearing within the software. This is the present me, or the current John, and the video that you're seeing is past John from a few minutes ago. This was the video that I just got done with the raw file of me playing a Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies map, and this was originally going to be my intro that you guys were originally going to be watching. The face cam just doesn't happen to end up matching my audio here, though, because unfortunately something did happen. So when I was recording the gameplay of this map, I don't know whether it was a issue on Streamlabs, my computer, or Black Ops 3 itself, but for some reason, whenever I was playing this particular custom zombies map that I was playing on, certain instances would cause massive frame drops. But the thing is, though, is that I could not see them, and I was not experiencing them in the way that was shown in the video. So, unfortunately, the gameplay that you guys will end up seeing looks like a jumbled mess that looks like it's running at 240 p and like super low frames. And I don't want to end up doing that for you guys. So what I want to do here for this video, so that way I did have a video for today, because I didn't want to just give you guys just no videos. What I'm going to be doing is that, regardless of the choppy gameplay, I'm going to be doing a voiceover explaining what the map is and how the gameplay played out, and let you guys basically know what my thoughts were. I do want to apologize for the fact that this video is not playing out the way I intended it, but I rather would adapt around the fly and end up taking the loss and still being able to make a video out of this rather than just going with no video at all, because even though it's 3 AM in the morning, I still feel compelled to make a video for you guys. So I just want to let you guys know that. If you guys end up enjoying this video at the end, if you do enjoy it, please definitely consider dropping a like. But yeah, guys, let's talk about what this map was. So this is Gulag Zombies. This is a Black Ops 3 Zombies map that takes place after the Gulag and Warzone. Now, Warzone in particular, I have not really been a fan of as of late. But however, though, I did want to end up giving this Zombies map a chance because it looked indeed fun. Now, you might wonder if this is a sandbox and it's just the Gulag itself in the basement. But no, lo and behold, this actually had a full-blown map to it. Like, it actually had more doors and it was much more bigger. You could explore a custom layout of the prison. And also, in general as well, you were able to explore much more cooler stuff. You were actually able to end up finding a cool basement, which we'll talk about later. You were able to end up finding some cool, just custom textures that were in the map, which we will also show later. There was a nice vibe about the map that I liked. It was very, very fun. So, the Gulag Zombies ends up starting off like you would expect it to. You just start off with your pistol, your quick revive, your starting weapons, and your wits. But unfortunately, though, when it comes to this map, I was having some points where I was getting a little bit of bad luck. Most notably the gameplay recording. But however, though, I didn't at least die in round 2, so that was a plus. So you'll see that I'm basically walking around. You can see that the map looks pretty damn good. It looks pretty damn HD for what it was. And it eventually gets a lot cooler, but as the gameplay goes on, though, you will end up noticing frame lag. Now, like, you don't notice it here at the beginning. I do want to clarify that. At the very beginning, it's hardly noticeable. In fact, the gameplay looks absolutely crystal clear. But as soon as I start, like, opening up doors and, like, shooting zombies, that's what screws up. And it wasn't even me, like, with my face cam in particular, because I've noticed that sometimes I can mess my game up if I end up tabbing out to end up removing my webcam and my Streamlabs and then putting it back because I wanted to remove it temporarily for the thumbnail when I had the loading screen with Brutus there. But even that didn't mess up my gameplay like it essentially does sometimes. It actually looked completely fine when I went back to normal. It was just at some point, somewhere in the game, me doing some action or just my computer giving up on me caused the gameplay to end up being laggy, and I'm going to cut to that now to show you an example. So you can see even as early as like round 9, the frames are absolutely awful. This is why I didn't want to upload the video the way it was in raw form, because I can just imagine you guys automatically clicking off regardless of if you're subscribed and you like my content, because this is just crappy frame rates. I mean, you can see that it's splitting. It looks like it's screenshots compiled into a video. it does not look good. Now, unfortunately, there's no workaround for this the way that I found. Like, I can't salvage the video by any means, unfortunately, so I'm just going to be just talking over basically what I had happen. So after I ended up going around the map and I ended up finding some perks, I ended up getting some weapons. In the center here, there is like this console that you can end up activating, which will end up putting you into a lockdown with the prison. The doors that you originally paid for are going to reclose again, and a whole bunch of zombies and Brutuses are going to be spawning in here, and they're going to be trying to kill you. Now, I underestimated this very severely because even though I had the 4 original perks plus Mule Kick and a minigun, that was one of the guns I got. My Mule Kick gun was the minigun. That was unfortunately still not enough to be able to end up taking down a lot of these zombies. This is very close quarters, the zombies run unusually fast, and it just makes things very, very complicated. And unfortunately, instead of being able to complete this like I wanted to, I ended up going down and I had to reset, and I ended up having to do another attempt again. Alright, and then after I ended up finally completing the little quest in the middle, basically what happens is that one machine in the middle just explodes and then Pack-a-Punch shows up. I don't know why it does that, but that's just what it happens to end up being. And you can sort of also in this gameplay see, take a look around the rest of the map. There was parts where after I completed that one step, I actually had to turn off these generator switches. And when I turned off these generator switches, it made it so that way the machines were able to unlock this one door for me that was originally not able to open before. There was no hit scan for it. So I'm going to cut over to that particular door now. So basically, you end up going upstairs to kind of like the central building, I would say, and then this door can now open. You end up going in here, and you're seeing kind of like my first reactions. In fact, this was my first reactions. And when you try to go down these steps, I was getting damaged for some reason, but I didn't know why. And then I kept backing up and being like, okay, is there gas somewhere? I didn't want to die. I knew that I was getting damaged, but I was like, okay, I don't want to die. So I'm just going to keep looking around, feel the area out. And eventually I found out of the corner of my eye that apparently down the bottom of the steps there's a sentry gun that shoots you and doesn't let you get through. Now, the only way around this is that if you have the ride shield that you can build on the map, but I didn't have all the parts for it, and I thought that, hey, you know, maybe if I, sprint and outrun it, or maybe if I prone, I can get to it. Now, unfortunately, sprinting around it and also trying to prone under this just does not work. It will automatically kill you. I almost even got past it even, 3 different times, but unfortunately, it does kill you. And you can see in moments like this where suddenly I die and now the gameplay is crystal clear. For some reason, whenever I was in the game and I was trying to render the match, it was what was lagging. Because as soon as I end up cutting over to the Frozen Forest loading screen from when I die, my gameplay is basically crystal clear again. So, unfortunately, having that sentry gun in the way made me realize that I need to end up getting the ride shield, and that's what I decided to do. So after I ended up going with the ride shield idea, because it did work, thank God, I ended up heading into the basement. I just went around it, and I just decided to start looking around. And within this, it was a pretty decently sized basement. I didn't know this was a training area, but I knew there had to be something around here. So I was looking. I got my guns Pack-a-Punch. I got a decent majority of the perks, or at least the perks that it would allow me to have. And then eventually I went to this back room area where there was the summoning key from Black Ops 3's main Easter eggs. And I was like, okay, so what the heck do you do with the summoning key here? And I realized that you ended up trying to take it upstairs because there's an Easter egg quest that was on this map. That was a mini one, but you were able to do it, and it was pretty damn cool. So I will show you and explain basically what happens. So, after looking up a guide on YouTube, because there was a little bit of a confusing part, I had to not only find the Ragnarok pieces that I needed, but I also needed to look where to go. So, apparently you chuck the summoning key up into a particular spot in the one, generator room, and you have to wait 3 rounds for it to gain energy. So, you end up chucking it up here. You can see it with its, 3-frame ass. And, essentially, once you chuck it in there, it's going to end up gaining power. You end up waiting the 3 rounds, and then you can re-pick up the summoning key back by the Juggernog machine. And then you've gotten pretty much already close to the very end of the Easter egg, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty damn short. Now, when you go to pick this up, it actually is going to start hurting you because it's supercharged full of energy, and I noticed that I was getting damaged, so I was like, it's gotta be the summoning key, so I kept chucking it. And luckily, if you grab it and you hold it only for a little bit, and then you chuck it, you do able to have the ability to carry it to your destination, but the damage is not so high it's going to kill you unless you genuinely hold it constantly. So what you need to end up doing is you need to go back to the teleporter in the back of the Gulag, and you need to place down your Ragnaroks into the teleporter, and then you need to chuck the summoning key in, and it will end up starting to spin around within the teleporter. And when you start doing that, then the thing's going to calm down. You can re-pick up all your stuff again, and then you throw the summoning key in there one more time by itself, and now the teleporter will become active for you, the player, to end up using it. So now, upon being able to end up doing all these steps, you can now take the teleporter, and you might be thinking that it might be taking you to the very end of the game. You think it might end up being, you know, like a viable ending location, but no, it just ends up opening up the map to you, and what you do is you now teleport to the top of the prison where you would end up being in Warzone. You actually get to teleport just to the very, very top. You have all this open training area, and it is just a way that you can end up exposing yourself more to the map. Now, it does look very pretty. In fact, the gameplay being frozen here instead of just being jagged actually makes it so you can sort of see how the map looks. For Black Ops 3, this looked really, really nice. I really did like the way that this looked. And even though, despite that, the fact that this gameplay had some very severe crashes, I am glad that I played it, and I am glad that I was able to make somewhat of a video like this. If you guys generally don't want me to make commentaries over the gameplay like this in the future in a pinch and would rather just have no video, I completely understand. You can let me know via the comment. But if you do want to see videos like this, if I am in a pinch instead of just uploading nothing, then you can also feel free to let me know. Because I rather would do quality over quantity, but I also think that I can end up salvaging the video if I am careful enough. So yeah, guys, long story short, that is going to be the end of the video. I know that this video is not necessarily ideal. I understand that I could have done something else, but it happens to be 3 a.m. in the morning, and I need to be considerate of my health and sleep, but I also want to be considerate of you guys and watch a video, so this is what I thought was the best compromise. So I hope you guys ended up enjoying, and let me know if there's any particular video that you would like me to make next. I hope you guys end up enjoying, and if you do, once again, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, but I hope you guys end up enjoying another YouTube video for the most unique YouTuber you guys are ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace out.